Welcome to my video about grip strength. We're going to start with just a little example of how you can get some mobility through the elbow before we start, and also stretching to prepare for some of the work that we're going to do. So we take the hand forward, we use our other hand to bring the fingers towards us to stretch through the forearm, and then turning the palm facing up the other way, you can reverse that and feel that on the underside of the forearm. And you can pull the fingers back, or you could pull back with your hand on the palms. We'll now get into a little bit of a stretching through the forearms, lacing the fingers to face down. And just pushing downwards to feel a stretch through the wrist there. We can also stretch differently by using a flat surface. I'm using a chair here. And I recommend that you be very delicate and careful. Don't push hard through these movements. As you can see, just gently moving back and forth with the full hand on the chair. You could have your fingers over the edge of the chair to make it feel a little easier. And always bring your body over first so you can find your hand position, and then find that little bit of stretch and mobility work that you're getting through the wrist joint. People are often surprised at what they feel on these. Our next one's a little bit of mobility, just placing the hands to face opposite to each other, and as you can see, moving side to side. Now you can have your hands start very wide, they don't have to be as close as this, and that will also help loosen up the wrists and prevent things like carpal tunnel, tendonitis, and sore or overused wrists and forearms. Our first strength exercise we're doing with a dumbbell, and it's important you support your forearm here, and we're going to lower the dumbbell down, and then we're going to grip with our fingers around the dumbbell and pull it upwards. Again, working through your forearms. You will feel a response under the fingers. We can also do this with other props, and we can use things like a booty band. Placing the booty band under your foot, it's the same focus. We are pulling the band upwards, supporting ourselves, and that can provide a different feel, quite a strong one. And our last option is to use a band. So you can use the tension where it's feeling a little lighter with one end of the band, and test that, or you can add the other end of the band, double it up, and you will feel a stronger resistance, quite stronger, as you pull up and down to build up the strength of your forearm muscles and your wrist and finger strength. We are now doing it in opposition with the dumbbell, where we pull the dumbbell up and down, again keeping the forearm on the thigh, and again with the booty band. This one's quite a strong band. Don't get a lot of give on this, so it depends on your band how much range you'll get. And of course the loose band. Testing with the lighter option, feeling the response, and then adding the extra resistance if you choose. Our final option is what we call water the garden and drink the beer. We are tilting and we are working through the ulna and the radius, which are the bones in your forearms, and the muscles that work along that lengthening. And this one's quite a good one. This is a really good one to prevent the risk of injury as well. And I love that there's so many options that we can do with this band, making this type of move accessible for anyone. So there are the three different ways we move through our wrist and our forearms, but there are other ways we can improve our grip strength, turning the palms to face each other, a variation of the bicep curl with emphasis on the grip and the forearm muscles, and using them where we do things like shoulder lateral raises, bringing the arm up and down, gripping firmly, and feeling not only a response through the shoulder, but also through the gripping motion itself and a full arm to shoulder to hand experience. This is one of my favourites. You can play with different angles. You can turn your palm to face in, do some single arms, keeping your body nice and stable, maintaining your good posture, and using your core to stop yourself from being pulled over by the band. Forearms down. And as you can see, many variations. And our final one is to lift from palm down up towards the ceiling. So I hope you enjoyed today's series. Gives you some ideas on what you can do. And I recommend you do 10 to 12 reps.